Here we'll learn about glycolysis, which involves the breakdown of glucose, a 6-carbon sugar, to pyruvate, a 3-carbon sugar, a molecule that is used in many metabolic reactions. Start a table to note some key points about glycolysis. First, regarding glucose formation, denote that complex carbohydrates like starch break down to glucose. Denote that glycolysis is the metabolism of one molecule of glucose into 2 molecules of pyruvate. In our diagram, draw glucose in the upper left as 6 carbons linked together. We'll use circles to keep track of the molecules in glycolysis. Draw pyruvate in the lower right as 3 carbons linked together. To note that glycolysis generates a net of 2 ATP molecules per molecule of glucose. Specifically denote that 2 ATP are consumed and 4 ATP are generated, which nets a positive of 2 ATP. Because ATP is the energy currency of the cell, we can use an investment payoff format in our accounting of ATP. In our diagram, draw a line across the middle of the page. Indicate that reactions above the line require an investment, 2 ATP. Indicate that reactions below the line provide a payoff, 4 ATP. We'll keep track of the accounting throughout the reaction. In our diagram, insert 3 important enzymes: hexokinase, just beneath glucose; phosphofructokinase, just above the line; pyruvate kinase, at the end of the reaction. Denote that glycolysis has 3 regulated steps. Hexokinase catalyzes the phosphorylation of glucose. Phosphofructokinase catalyzes the phosphorylation of fructose 6-phosphate. And pyruvate kinase catalyzes the formation of pyruvate. We'll learn more about glycolysis regulation elsewhere. Let's draw glucose now in its ring formation. Draw a hexagon with an oxygen atom inserted at the top right. Starting at the right of the oxygen atom, label carbons 1 through 5. Add a CH2OH group to carbon 5 and label its carbon 6. Now let's draw the structure of pyruvate in stick form. Draw a chain of 3 carbons. Add a double bonded oxygen to the second carbon. Add 2 oxygen atoms to the third carbon. Use dashed lines to show that the single carbon-oxygen bonds have double bond character. Add a negative charge. Now we'll begin to fill in the various molecules made as glucose is metabolized to pyruvate. In the first reaction, glucose is phosphorylated to glucose 6-phosphate. Redraw our 6 circles with a P attached to the 6th circle to represent the phosphate group. Use an arrow to show that this irreversible reaction is catalyzed by hexokinase, the first of the regulated enzymes. Use another arrow to show that in this step, ATP is converted to ADP, which is an energy-consuming reaction. Show it in our accounting. The phosphorylation of glucose is an irreversible reaction that traps glucose inside the cell. To show this, dash a line between glucose and glucose 6-phosphate to represent the cell membrane. Show that glucose 6-phosphate is then reversibly converted to fructose 6-phosphate. Indicate that the enzyme catalyzing this is phosphoglucose isomerase. Now show that in the next step, fructose 6-phosphate is phosphorylated to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, which has 2 phosphate groups, one on the first carbon and one on the 6th carbon. Indicate that it's an irreversible reaction, which phosphofructokinase catalyzes. It's the second regulated step of glycolysis. Since this is another energy-consuming step, use an arrow to show that ATP is converted to ADP, and show it in our accounting. This is the end of the energy investment phase. The next reaction breaks the 6-carbon sugar into 2 3-carbon sugars and begins the energy payoff phase. Use a reversible arrow to show that aldolase cleaves fructose 1,6-bisphosphate into the 3-carbon sugars glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate G3P and dihydroxyacetone phosphate DHAP. Also use a reversible arrow to show that G3P and DHAP can be interconverted by triose phosphate isomerase. Because of this, everything from this point is doubled. To remember this, draw a bracket next to the space between G3P and pyruvate and write ×2 next to it. Show that in the next step, G3P is phosphorylated to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate in a reversible reaction catalyzed by glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Use an arrow to show that NAD+ and inorganic phosphate are input and NADH is also formed. Next, show that 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is reversibly converted to 3-phosphoglycerate by phosphoglycerate kinase. Use an arrow to show that this reaction generates ATP from ADP. Show it in our accounting. Next, show that 3-phosphoglycerate is isomerized to 2-phosphoglycerate by phosphoglycerate mutase. Then show that 2-phosphoglycerate is dehydrated to phosphoenol pyruvate by enolase. The final step of glycolysis is the third regulated step. Show that phosphoenol pyruvate is converted to pyruvate in an irreversible reaction. The enzyme that catalyzes this reaction is pyruvate kinase. Use an arrow to show that ADP is converted to ATP in this step. Show it in our accounting. Thus indicate that although we've only shown a payoff of 2 ATP from the reaction, everything in the payoff phase is doubled, so we actually generate 4 ATP here. Elsewhere, we'll learn in greater detail how glycolysis is regulated and what happens to pyruvate after glycolysis. This concludes our diagram.